People are unretiring due to money issues, and Trump tariffs may result in fewer Fed rate cuts. Today, I read an article on yahoo.com, put out by Fortune and written by Oriana Rosa Royal, titled, "Nearly a quarter of baby boomer and late Gen X men are unretiring or planning to because they can't afford to kick up their feet in the current climate." The author of this article referenced a survey of 6,300 people in the UK. The survey revealed that 14% of baby boomers and late Gen Xers have already unretired, and a further 4% are considering it. 16% of women over 55 years old are planning a career return. 21% of men are planning to return to work. The author said this isn't because people missed work. The main driving force behind the trend is money, or lack thereof. The survey cited inflation as being a big problem for people on a fixed income. Here are my thoughts. This is not good news. How long can some of these people stay in the workforce, especially those who are in physical careers? Even those who have white-collar skills may reach a point where their skill set may be less relevant. Then there is ageism to consider. Unfortunately, this could cause problems for some older workers. Here's another thing to consider. All of these older people going back to work may mean fewer jobs for younger people who are graduating from high school, trade school, or college. Now, some of you may say, big deal, this is all happening in the UK. Well, not so fast. The author said the number of people who have continued to work past age 65 in the US has quadrupled since the 1980s, according to the Pew Research Center. My friends, I think this trend is going to continue, and it may get worse. Life is getting incredibly expensive. I personally don't see this changing anytime soon. I read some of the comments beneath this article. I'll share some of them with you. The first commenter said, "This may have something to do with the almost total disappearance of company-provided pensions." The next commenter said, "A prudent planner for retirement would sit down and run a simulator that demonstrates what retirement wealth, net worth, would be required for the lifestyle they want and then plan for it. Then double the number from the simulator to give plenty of margin for unpredictable variables like inflation, healthcare, and other cost drivers." I started saving for retirement at age 20 and kept it up until I retired. I actually retired at 56. Not just pretend saving. I deliberately set aside 10% of my take-home pay each month for retirement and invested it in good quality, low-cost mutual funds. Yes, I adjusted my income curve to persistently exceed my expense curve by 10%. Early simulators suggested I would need $4 million for my desired retirement. So I doubled that and then planned and mapped out how to get there in less than 40 years. I actually retired with almost $10 million, and recent simulators say I have sufficient wealth to live to 125 years old. So clearly, I have plenty of margin for whatever economic nuttiness comes our way, courtesy of inept politicians' poor economic decisions. The last comment that I'll share with you came from someone who said, "Well, at least these folks had a brief taste of retirement. I am not sure the millennials and Gen Z will ever get a taste of it." I'm curious, what do you think about all this? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Now, I found this next article to be relevant to what I just shared with you. I read this on CNBC.com, written by Lori Knish, titled, "56% of Americans say their parents never discussed money with them. How experts recommend getting the conversation started." The author of this article referenced a Fidelity survey of 1,900 adults, which revealed that 56% of their parents never discussed money with them. 89% of the people said they don't consider themselves to be wealthy. Here are my thoughts. It's sad to hear about this. Some parents could teach their children about personal finance and set them on the right path in life. With that said, this isn't always the case. Some parents are loaded up with debt and have no retirement savings and are living paycheck to paycheck. They may not be the best teachers. This is why schools need to do a better job educating young people about money. They are graduating and entering a world that is becoming more and more complex. I read another interesting article today. This one was on Yahoo Finance, put out by Fortune and written by Eleanor Pringle, titled, Deutsche Bank Warns Trump Tariffs Could Stop Jerome Powell from Cutting Fed Rates at All Next Year. The author said optimists are hoping for a year-end rate cut in December, while others urge caution. Some banks project a steady path of cuts in 2025, potentially bringing rates to a neutral level of around 3.25%. Apparently, Deutsche Bank warns incoming Trump-era policies such as inflationary tariffs could stall further rate reductions. Here are my thoughts. I don't think this is a bad thing. I'd like to see rate cuts stalled. I don't know why the Fed cut rates this soon. I think the Fed should incentivize savers and pour some water on reckless speculation that often happens in a low interest rate environment. Now, I read some of the comments beneath this article. I'll share some of them with you. The first commenter said, Trump will tank the economy, and the grunts who voted for him will blame the Democrats. It is as predictable as the sun rising. The next commenter said, that would be a good thing as rates should not be cut at all. They are already on the low side. Another commenter said, the Fed should raise rates and give savers of the world a chance. Stop the Wall Street greed fest. Jerome has failed miserably. They need it to keep rates higher for longer. He caved to Wall Street. What a shame. The last comment that I'll share with you came from someone who said, it's like sending an overheated economy over the cliff again. Well, my friends, the commenters always have interesting things to say. What do you think about all this? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Now, here was an article that caught my attention. I read this on foxbusiness.com, written by Bradford Betts, titled, Fed seize more than $18 million in phony Gibson guitars, emotional and personal. According to the author, the U.S. Customs and Border Protection officials in Los Angeles seized more than $18 million in fake Gibson guitars in the largest counterfeit musical instrument seizure in history. These cargo containers came from Asia. More than 3,000 counterfeit guitars were seized. Gibson said the guitars were fake because they only manufacture their guitars in America. Here are my thoughts. I'm glad the government agents were able to seize these guitars before they flooded the market. I would have felt bad for unsuspecting buyers who thought they were getting a real Gibson guitar. Unfortunately, this is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to counterfeit goods coming into America. At times, counterfeit goods are made with dangerous materials laced with all types of chemicals. Some counterfeit manufacturing funds organized crime. In general, it is a really bad thing. What do you think about all this? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to the channel. I want to extend a special thanks to everyone who has subscribed to this channel. I want to also thank all of my channel members. If you would like to become a channel member, there is a link in the description beneath this video. You can read more about the different membership levels. Please also check out some of the great books I suggest you consider reading in the description below. I've included Amazon affiliate links to these books. As an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases. Stay healthy and wealthy. I'll see everyone in the next video.